It's okay to not be okay. I don't know what you're going through right now. I don't know what struggles you're dealing with. I don't know anything about your personal life, but it's okay to not be okay. If something crazy is happening in your life right now, or a past event is still traumatizing you every time you think about it, doesn't matter how long it's been, doesn't matter if it was recent, doesn't matter if it was in the past, you can't let it continue to affect you. When it comes to dealing with things, you can't let it haunt you. You really can't. Letting it haunt you is not bringing you any peace. Overthinking things is not going to take away the stress of tomorrow. It's only going to cause stress today. It's not going to bring peace in the moment, and it's most certainly not going to be helpful for the situation. Face the issue head on, whether it be a disagreement with a friend, whether it be family problems, whether it be relationship issues. Face the problem head on, be direct with it. Not necessarily with the other people involved, but with yourself, with you. Sometimes you gotta give yourself tough love. Sometimes you gotta be really real and brutally honest with yourself. So, what are we gonna do? I'm looking at you. You're looking back at me. What are we gonna do? Here's usually what I do when it comes to situations like this. Whether it be a small problem that just needs to be brought up or a big problem that needs to be talked about, right? Step one, acknowledge the problem. Whether that just be sitting with yourself and deep thinking, deeping your thoughts late at night, right before you go to sleep sometimes. We all have those nights where your mind is going a million miles an hour right before you go to sleep. And then it takes like 2 hours to fall asleep, and then you're just sitting there and you're like, oh, it's already been 2 hours? Is that really how long I've been letting my mind go for? Like, you can let your mind go and go and go and go, but it's not going to solve anything. So, the way that you acknowledge an issue, okay, it can be directly with the person that the issue involves, or depending on whether if it's an internal issue. So, like, for example, like a self confidence or a self worth or self love or just anything in general that involves only you, acknowledge the problem, write down the problem. You don't have to write it down, but I find that it's very helpful. Once you acknowledge the problem, what caused that problem? So we're going to do the here, what, when, why. Here's where the problem started. What actions exactly caused the problem? Where exactly did the problem start to become an issue? Where and when did the problem start to become an actual issue? And then how am I going to solve it? Give yourself a time limit to feel your feelings, to immerse yourself in that emotion, whatever emotion that may be. Give yourself a time limit. Don't steep in it for too long, because if you steep in it for too long, I don't know about you guys, but when I steep in it for too long, I fully immerse and it just becomes my whole personality for a little while until I'm completely over it. It affects the way that I treat people, it affects the way that I talk to people, it affects basically every aspect of my life. We can't be doing that anymore. We really can't. So, giving yourself a time limit, whether it be a day, a week, a month, to fully process everything, to really dig deep inside your soul and to figure out how, when, what, where, why. Who, the what, the where, the why, everything. Once you've hit that time limit, what's next on the list, you may ask? Sometimes a change of environment is good. Whether that be making a small rearrangement in your room, or putting up some new posters, or just simply getting out of a place that is toxic to you. Whether that be your energy, your interactions with people, whether that be the people that you're dealing with, it sometimes is better in order to be able to process everything, in order to be able to move on, and in order to be able to make yourself better from it. Because if you're stuck in the same environment that you were in when you got into that situation or when that problem started, how are you going to heal? Realistically, how are you going to heal? If you're constantly surrounded by the same things, they're seeing the same people or having the same arrangement in your room, or, you got to change up your environment so that the energy flow can hit different, so that the energy flow can promote positive change. I don't mean to get all spiritual on you guys, but if you keep everything in the same spot all the time, it's going to store whatever energy that you had in that moment when everything was happening. Okay. So, Sometimes all you gotta do is go on like a little vacation, little staycation, whatever, go book a hotel room or something and just kind of, or take a walk. Gosh, walks are so helpful. Go take a walk, go sit outside, go sit at the beach by the waves and just listen to the waves and clear your thoughts, meditate. Do whatever you gotta do to change your environment. Because if you're stuck in the same environment, how are you gonna heal? Realistically, how are you gonna heal? How are you gonna move forward? How are you gonna make yourself better? How will you move on? Because life's not gonna wait for you. Life's not waiting for anybody. Time is a constant. There is no way we can stop time. And it's a very trippy thing to think about, realistically. Every passing moment, what was once present is now the past 2 seconds ago. And the future is only moments away. So if you're constantly sticking yourself into places where you're constantly feeling the weight of the past affect you, sometimes it's just better to completely leave. Whether that be a toxic relationship, whether that be a workplace, whether that be where you live, whether that be a friend group you hang out with, it does not matter. Taking space from those things is sometimes essential for you to be able to move on, for you to be able to not only better yourself, but better the quality of your life. So, acknowledge it. Give it a time limit, whether it be a few days, a week, a month. A month is probably the max I'll go. Up to you, though, to really process, think through, and really, really analyze the situation, or really analyze the problem, or just think deeply about it. Month max. Realistically, I think a week would be enough. A week would suffice. Change your environment. So whether that be rearrange your room so that the energy flow is different. I don't know whether you guys believe in feng shui or not. Whether that be maybe taking a staycation, whether that be going on a walk, whether that be going and sitting by the beach at night, listening to the waves, or early in the morning, sitting by the waves, or in the middle of the day, sitting by the waves away from people, right? That is going to help you. That is going to help you move forward. Now redirect your thoughts. Every time you think about said situation, every time you're sitting there and being like, oh, woe is me, I'm this, I'm that, I'm not good enough, I'm unlovable, I'm fat, I'm ugly, I'm stupid, all the things. All the things. You could literally be thinking about anything. Stop and really think. Really think about it. Stop it with the negative thoughts. Redirect it towards something else. Whether that be going and scrolling on whatever social media platform for a little bit and then coming back to your thoughts, or going and reading a book and then coming back to your thoughts, or listening to some music and then coming back to your thoughts. See, everything in this video, everything that I'm speaking about all ties in together. Because realistically, if it's constantly clouding your mind, we redirect. Acknowledge the problem, give it a time limit, change your environment, and redirect your thoughts to have a more positive outcome. Not projecting, redirecting. Give yourself a little bit of grace too. Don't be so hard on yourself. You need to be patient with yourself. You're still working through whatever you're working through. You're still healing. Like there's no reason to be so hard on yourself. If you're so patient with other people, but you can't be patient with yourself, what even is that? How are you supposed to love somebody else if you don't even love yourself? Because who else is going to be there until the day you die? So it's better take a problem, analyze the problem, figure out how to solve the problem, and then take action on solving the problem. Last step, take action. Literally, take action. Take action. Come up with a game plan, whether that's writing down your game plan on your phone, whether that's just taking small baby steps to work on the healing process and what you're going through, what you're dealing with. And granted, not everything can be healed right away. Sometimes it takes years, and lots of therapy. Sometimes it takes lots of years and lots of therapy. Quite frankly, healing from your trauma makes you actually funnier. So I see it kind of as a bonus. Yeah, we can be funny and traumatized, but we could also be funny, traumatized, and heal all at the same time. If you're picking up what I'm putting down, writing down a game plan, taking action towards that game plan, whether that be setting a small habit in place where if you're thinking, oh, I'm so ugly, woe is me, I'm not pretty enough, redirect it to, I am pretty enough. I am beautiful. I am wanted. I am. Tell yourself the exact opposite of what your negative thoughts are telling you, because your negative thoughts are literally your worst enemy. You can't let them win. You can't let the inner demons win. You really can't let the inner demons win. If you let the inner demons win, the likelihood of you finding happiness and being truly happy and truly healing from something, it's going to be very slim. I'm going to add an additional thing. Get support. Like, okay, we all have that one person that we can go to and talk about the same situation over and over and over and over again until we are healed. Find that person and talk to them about it. Get support from your friends. Whatever support system that you have in your life, use it. You don't have to be strong enough to tackle this alone. You don't. Showing your emotions, showing your weakness is not a weakness. It's a strength. It takes someone who is willing to get the help that they need to truly want to heal. Sometimes you need to ask for help. You can't tackle everything alone. I'm speaking for myself here as well. I still struggle with this hyper independence. I sometimes still struggle with this. Actually, I still struggle with this to this day, not just sometimes, all the time. Go get support you need. Of course, after you've done all the deep thinking. Because if you don't even understand what's going on in your head, how is anyone else going to? Sit there, really think. Sit there, acknowledge the problem, give it a time limit, change your environment. Could be going and hanging out with your friends. That's a change of environment, right? Redirect your thoughts to more positive things. Take action, and taking action is also getting support, the support that you need. Whether that be writing in your journal every single day until you're over it, or calling that one friend if you're having a bad mental health day. Being like, hey, I'm having a really rough day today. Can I call you? Like, can I talk to you for a few minutes? Because realistically, sometimes all it takes is talking to one person. Really deeply thinking about it and analyzing it with that person can really help you heal. I'm going to leave you off with this. Don't let anyone or anything tell you that your feelings are invalid and what you're going through is BS. Never, ever sit there and take that from anybody, not even yourself. You're feeling the things that you're feeling for a reason, and that's okay. Sending you all the love, giving you a big virtual hug right now. Giving you a big virtual hug right now. You got this, okay? Pinky promise? Pinky promise that you're not gonna let this affect you for the rest of your life. Don't be stupid, don't get caught. Like, subscribe, comment, ring the bell notification so you don't miss another upload, and I will be stepping out now. You better not let it affect you. I'm watching you. Okay, bye!
언제나 함께 있었음 해 모든 게 다 통하니까 Feels like daydreaming 너와 있을 땐난 I love my life 사라지지만 나의 전부 그 chemistry 이상 너와 the two 힘들었을 때마다 늘 함께 했던 너